people have like a true name, and if your true name's and there's magic tools in it, they take place in duos. One person takes the damage, the other dishes it out. Sounds fine so far, but it's say if your names don't match, you can still do it, but it actually is painful for someone. I can't remember how they work it out, but one of them will actually end up suffering for it. One stage, the guy has to protect the kid from two people trying to attack him. So his true name that's etched onto his chest starts bleeding. Yeah, the weirdest thing that one of the really weird things that I'm remembering, it happens then. I feel awkward actually repeating it. So, to be honest, there's probably much worse out there, but by the hell I haven't seen it. I don't want to see it. I have enough fucking flashbacks as it stands. I don't need to see it. I have flashbacks to things that have happened, haven't happened, and porn. I don't need to add to that. So, yeah, that really looks like Twilight Hammer shite. But, yeah, I'm not going to finish that thought. But, moving on from that, Cardcaptor Sakura was nice. That is about a... Also, I do realize I haven't talked about the game at all. It's just I'm running out of things to fucking say. Hardened, absorbs damage. Vulnerable, damage taken increased by 50%. Well, thank you for assisting. But Cardcaptor Sakura is about a girl. She lives with her brother. She goes to... I don't know what year... she goes to school, but I don't know what year or whatnot. Her brother's a senior. He's one of the seniors at the school. So, not even sure on the kid's age. But she's... how do you say it? It must be like high school, considering how her brother looks. In fact, they're actually in the same school. You know, he looks like a grown fucking man. But anyway, she ends up finding this book. I can't remember where it was, but when she opens it, a ton of cards fly out. It's actually been so long I can't actually remember it. I remember bits. Oh, I've also seen bits of Death Note. I've also watched Death Note and read the manga. Seen bits of that recently as well. That's pretty good as well. But cards fly out. She wakens the guardian of the thing. It looks like a buddy stuffed toy. Cerberus, I think was his name in English. I can't remember. Kiro-chan. I think that's what she called it. Fuck, I can't remember. But she has to go get the cards back, and she has a wand. Her best friend's like some rich girl, and she makes a ton of outfits for her, and she has to get the cards back, and the cards end up kind of taking on a life of their own. Like there's one that ends up putting like an unending tunnel. She has to fight that. She has to realize it's there and get rid of it, kind of thing. To be honest, I can't remember the details too well. I do remember another guy turns up. Sauron? I think that's how you say his name. Though it sounds too much like the guy from Lord of the Rings. Him and his cousin turn up. I swear the cousin had something for him. It's weird. But, they turn up and they're competing. For the cards or something. It was a pretty good show. I quite liked it. Tsubasa has the same characters. It's like, but the same characters, different setting. There are different people in it, but they just look the same. The brother, he is a friend. Like in Cardcaptor Sakura, he is a friend. In Tsubasa, he's still friends with the same guy. They just have different jobs now and whatnot. And they people in it go to different worlds, and they may run into someone who looks exactly like Sakura, but she's fucking working at McDonald's. This kind of thing. It was cool. And Holic is tied in with Tsubasa, and it's about this guy who's constantly harassed by ghosts. He ends up being literally like dragged into a store, not by the owner, but it's just like his legs are picked up off the ground and he's dragged in. Turns out this is a store that's only found by the people who need to find it or want to find it, like not consciously, but there's something this store can do to help them, kind of thing. But they, I can't remember how the store works. Do they have to give something up for it or what? But I remember one woman gets a monkey paw from it, and she makes different things on it. Like, but I remember like she's like, I'm late for work. I wish I had a good excuse. There's a fucking car crash. People die. Police end up banging on her door later on, investigating her. And she's like, oh Christ, I want out of this situation. The monkey's paw chokes her to death, then ends up back in the store. The woman didn't have the monkey paw kill her. The girl ended up killing herself via the monkey paw. It was unintentional. Really, I'll blame the monkey paw fully, but the shop owner didn't conspire to do it. It's just what happened. Misuse of the product, I guess. But basically, if the guy works for the shop owner, pays off his debt, she'll free him from the ghosts, kind of thing. This is one of the... stop, foolish mage. Like, we cannot let you summon my Zell. That's up to you. It's all on you, Chief. I'll keep talking about manga. Hey, big guy. Have fun. But, yeah, and the manga and the anime are about, what the guy gets up to, well, having to work at the shop and whatnot. But yeah, Hawk and Sebasta are tied it together. There's also Magic Knight Rared, which I only saw like the first 3 episodes of. That's all my aunt had on DVD. Don't know why she only had those 3. I think that's what she had. It was like a box set disc or a DVD, like a official proper DVD. Yet she only had. It wasn't a complete season. Maybe that. Maybe the others broke. Like had an accident. Dropped it, kind of thing. I have no idea. It's been years. I was living at my nan's at the time, so I was before 6th class in primary school, so I was under 12s. Oh, I was under 12. I might have been like 8, 9, seeing Magic Knight Rared. Feck if I know. Seemed good enough. 3 girls are transported from Japan to another world, where they to be honest, we didn't really get into anything of where they turned out to be heroes or anything. They spent most of the time running from things trying to kill them. I remember them running into one guy and him near get pulled into an obelisk, but that's it. Yeah, it seemed good anyway. I kind of want to get back and see that at some stage. But anyway, let's continue. I just wanted to finish that talk before I moved on, otherwise I'll completely forget. But yeah, camp stuff seems pretty good, They're the people who do those 4 there. Sebasta, Card Captor, the Sakura thing, Holic, and Magic Knight Rared. They've done others, but those are the 4 I know them for. This is the Stone of Inner Binding. It is the strongest of the binding stones and must be unlocked for the others to open. My Zell speaks through the stone. You've done it. You've opened the stones of binding, can feel the shackles about me loosen, and freedom draws ever near. You are a noble warlock, Shandalyn, my rescuer. Opening the stones of binding loosened much of my confinement, but still while holds me chained. It is a keystone you see amongst the stones. See amongst the stone circle. It is the keystone you see among this circle of stones, and the key is held by one of my captors, the Stone Watcher Fozruok. You must obtain that key from which the stone watchers call the Rod of Order, from Fosrock, and use it to open the Keystone. Shandalyn, you've done so much to aid me. Just a little more, and my gratitude will shake the very foundations of the earth. Ooh. We're gonna get Snoo. Fantastic. The Keystone is charged with tremendous geometric energy. Rod of Orders over there, eh? Geomantic. Yeah, that's a new word. I said it wrong first time. Also, for those curious what Auron is about, basically, it's a mystery for the first episode and a mystery for the first, story within the manga. Like, the mangas, I think, have a few different stories in each, and it's like for the first story there. But I'll spoil it here. It's, like it said, it's a first episode, it's not a big deal. Girl, Haruhi, I think that's what he said. She's a scholarship student to a very prodigious school. Like, the students are so rich, like, the students going there are so rich. One of them is, like, his parents have their own private army. Their own private force. Oh, this guy's neutral? Huh. Maybe we can't just talk to him. But yeah, they have their own private army. And, Christ, this is creepy, to be honest, the spider. But she's trying to find a place to study. And all the libraries are full of loudly talking rich kids. Loudly talking rich kids. So she, like, is like, fuck it, if the library's loud, I'll try the fucking music room. Walks in on the host club there. The guys come on quite strongly, so she gets rather flustered and ends up breaking a vase that's worth a ton. So she has to work it off, you know, getting them stuff and whatnot. She's also dressed rather scraggledy. Her hair is horrible. You find out in a later episode that neighbor kid put some gum in it, so that's why she had the horrible hairstyle. For the entire episode, like, the twist is, well, like I was saying, the spoiler is she's a girl. It's, thought she's a guy up to the reveal. Different characters cop on earlier. The leader of the host club, Tamaki, it takes him till he sees her changing. Does he realize she's actually a lady? Because he ends up seeing her taking her top off and the bloody bra. Everyone else kind of figures it out earlier. But yeah, the host club, its whole gimmick is they're just there to flirt with the various, not flirt, but how do you describe it? It's a weird concept. We've nothing like that elsewhere, over here in Ireland, we've nothing like this. But it's basically, there's a variety of guys there, the cool, cold, calculating type with glasses, the tall, silent type, the one guy, he looks like a little kid, but he's actually the oldest of the lot, and he's obsessed with sweets, and he's adorable. There's another guy who's, there's two brothers who are kind of like tricks, they like to pretend that they, into each other that way. A lot of girls are into yaoi there. It's, wide variety of different tastes. The girls, pay to spend time with the particular guy they like, and they have conversations, tea, the guys are charming, that kind of thing. So that's what the host club is. So how he ends up being, having to go get go get the tea for people. But then when they realize, I don't remember what brought it about, but she ends up having to pretend to be a guy while she's there and work as a host to pay off her debt. If working as a host would get the debt paid quicker, kind of thing. And so yeah, that's the too long didn't read version of the show. The rest of the show is, you know, the hijinks to get up to and whatnot. I remember there's a car chase in the finale, and I think there's gunplay. There mightn't have been gunplay. I know there's a car chase for damn sure though. But god damn, it's been a while. It was a fun enough show. Though one person was saying that Haruhi in the manga, more so than the anime, is a bit of a Mary Sue, but damn it, she's a likable one, you know? She's, I never really got it. Maybe it's just I didn't get far enough for it to be clearly obvious, you know? No idea. But yeah, I quite enjoyed that for when I was watching it. So, yeah. Although this is just this whole session is just turned into me talking about various anime I've watched and liked, or in the case of those other two, didn't like. You know, I remember reading some around the same time I was reading some of the manga, reading Edgar Allan Poe anthology. I completely misunderstood what the fuck was happening in the Cask of Armario, or whatever it's called. I can't say the name. I can't even fully remember it. When I can't say a word, I have difficulty remembering it. But, yeah, I completely misunderstood it. When I was younger, the way I ended up reading it, because he doesn't speak fucking clearly, I find. He's, you have to kind of read and truly understand it kind of thing. It's not like, you know, you read a different book and, you know, it's more clear in their thing. He is his own way of writing. Like, the way it ended up sounding to me was like the guy fell down a hole. And the guy was just like, fecked off, you know. I wasn't guy getting bricked up alive. Maybe I skipped a few pages and ended up getting a completely misunderstanding of it, but yeah, I completely fucking misunderstood that. I wish I still had the book, but to be honest, I think it got destroyed all to hell. I'd bring it to school, and when I'd be putting it into the locker, it would kind of get shoved in, because we had so many books and the lockers were fucking tiny. And I wasn't that neat of a person. Despite my OCD, I'm not actually that neat. I'm actually quite a messy person. I actually remember a girl, and only years later did I realize, but she was actually, we had study hall after school, and she, everyone would be up in the main in one building, but I was in the break room on my own because I couldn't focus with everyone there. The breathing, mouth noises, whatever, wouldn't just go right through me. So she's there and she's talking and just asking why I was there, and I was like, oh, I have OCD and I can focus up there. It's like, oh, I wish I had OCD. I'll be so tidy then. I'll be just like walking into my bag. I was like, because it's like I never put notes into, like, if I got a handout, I just shoved it into my bag. I didn't bother putting it into a folder. So I was just like looking at this wad of paper in my bag. I was like, Only years later, I swear she was trying to hit on me in some capacity. Just trying to be coy about it. Like, that doesn't fucking work, you know? I know it's hard, but believe me, I've tried. Just be upfront about it, you know? Otherwise, it's not going to be, you know, blatant to a person. Especially if they're not the most confident and, you know, assured of individuals, you know? I would think I was misreading the person entirely. Only years later, like 4 fucking years later, did I realize that's what she was doing. Don't remember what I was saying a moment ago. Remember I was talking about Oron Host Club. Oh, and yeah, with Edgar Allan Poe, I swear the back cover came off. Maybe a few of the main pages came off the book, so I probably just need to rebuy it. But it's probably still in my school bag, but feck if I know where that is. Might have gotten rid of it. Might still have it. I've fucking no clue. Like I said, it's been a couple of years. I've kind of just like, once I was done with school, I was just like, fuck it, I'm not thinking of that again, and just completely blanked it from my memory, or as much as I can anyway. Some will stay with me, to my eternal annoyance. The Keystone is charged with tremendous geomantic energy. You place a rod in the Keystone, and a shudder is felt beneath you. Tien. He yelled something before. Foolish maid.